Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of myths and legends. Have you ever wondered why certain stories stick around for centuries? Myths weren't just ancient bedtime tales, they shaped civilizations, taught moral lessons, and even explained natural events before science took over. Let's explore how myths from ancient cultures like the Greeks, Norse, and Egyptians influenced the world as we know it. Let's start with Greek mythology, where gods and mortals often collided in some pretty dramatic stories. These myths weren't just fun entertainment, they were packed with life lessons and warnings about human behavior. Take the story of Pandora's box, for instance. According to legend, Pandora, the first woman on Earth, was given a box she was told never to open. But curiosity got the better of her. And when she opened it, all the evils of the world were released. In the end, only hope remained in the box. This myth served as a cautionary tale about curiosity and temptation. It showed that giving in to temptation could have serious consequences, but it also offered hope, reminding people that even in tough times, there's always something positive to hold on to. Another well-known Greek myth is the story of Icarus and Daedalus. Icarus was given wings made of feathers and wax by his father Daedalus, but he was warned not to fly too close to the sun. Of course, Icarus ignored the advice, flew too high, and the sun melted his wings, causing him to fall to his death. This myth teaches about the dangers of hubris, or excessive pride. Ancient Greeks used stories like these to emphasize moderation, humility, and respect for limits, lessons that are still relevant today. Moving north, let's look at Norse mythology, where themes of bravery, strength, and loyalty took center stage. Norse myths were full of powerful gods and fierce warriors, with stories that often revolved around epic battles and heroic deeds. One of the most famous tales is that of Thor and the giants. Thor, the god of thunder, often faced off against giants who threatened the god's realm. Despite the overwhelming odds, Thor's bravery and strength always saved the day. These myths reflected the values of Norse society, where bravery in battle and loyalty to one's people were some of the highest virtues. For the Norse, the world was harsh and unpredictable, and myths like Thor's battles reminded them to face life's challenges head-on. Now let's travel to ancient Egypt, where myths were deeply intertwined with their beliefs about life, death, and the afterlife. One of the most influential stories in Egyptian mythology is about Ra, the sun god, who journeys through the underworld every night. Each night, Ra would face the forces of chaos and darkness, symbolized by a giant serpent named Apep. By sunrise, Ra would emerge victorious, bringing light and life back to the world. This daily battle showed the Egyptians' belief in order triumphing over chaos and gave them hope for eternal life after death. It also influenced Egyptian burial practices, as they believed in preparing for the afterlife with great care, filling tombs with treasures and spells to protect the deceased on their journey. So why do these myths still matter today? Well, beyond being entertaining stories, these myths gave ancient civilizations a framework for understanding the world. They taught lessons, reinforced cultural values, and even provided comfort in the face of uncertainty. And they didn't just fade away. Myths continue to influence modern culture in surprising ways. For example, have you ever heard the term Achilles' heel? It comes from Greek mythology, symbolizing a person's single point of vulnerability, or the Oedipus complex in psychology, named after the tragic Greek figure Oedipus. These ideas and phrases are rooted in ancient stories, yet they're still relevant. Even modern books, movies, and games draw inspiration from ancient myths. Think of popular movies like Percy Jackson, Thor, or The Mummy. They're all inspired by Greek, Norse, and Egyptian mythology, reimagined for today's audiences. By revisiting these myths, we're reminded of timeless themes: courage, curiosity, loyalty, and the quest for knowledge that resonate across cultures and generations. So, that's the power of myths. They're more than just ancient stories. They're blueprints for human behavior, cultural values, and life lessons that have withstood the test of time. Thanks for joining me on this journey through mythology. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating stories from history. See you next time.